Namaste, Jai Bharat. The Canadian authorities were pampering and sponsoring the Khalistani separatists with the plea that they have freedom of expression. Canada is a democratic and very free country where anyone can speak of anything and can be active about anything. In all likelihood, implied it is, so long as it doesn't affect the interest of the Canadian state. Nonetheless, the Canadian state was making it very loud that they are champions of freedom of expression, democracy, and all kinds of things, as though others are not democratic and freedom and of those not in support of free speech. But free speech is not irresponsible muttering and utterances, etc. That should be there. Sensible man should understand without being told. All that they were pampering and sponsoring actually the separatist Khalistanis. Now, this one thing let me make very clear that I personally don't consider the Khalistani separatists as Sikhs in the real sense. Because if it is, we understand who a Sikh is from our nation, and a Sikh, we respect a Sikh because they belong to the gurus, the Sikh gurus, and the Sikh gurus are or had been our protectors of this land of Bharat. They have protected the society of Bharat, and their sacrifices are in our memories. Their sacrifices were supreme. They made supreme sacrifices for this nation. Ultimately, the Sikh gurus made everything for the nation, and the Sikh community was created to protect the society of this nation. So we have a different approach and different understanding of Sikhs. Personally, if there are 10 people standing, and when you go to seek help of someone, assistance of someone, if there is one Sikh among them, all people of Bharat, not just me. I lived in Punjab, I studied in Punjab, I have all the respect and reverence to the Sikh community because of my personal interaction. But not just me, all people of Bharat, when they find if there is Sikh standing, we go to him to ask for help because the Sardarji will never say no for a help, a seeker. He will go all out to help. That had been their history, that had been our experience. So do not reduce the concept of being a Sikh to some 10 people in your country, in your society. They are not in our society, who were otherwise fetishized by agencies outside Bharat, who are anti-Bharat, and their puppets at their hands. And don't read the Sikh Dharma through such people. Don't do that. And because they say, the Canadian administration says that they are champions of freedom of expression, so they would not intervene with the anti-India hate speeches, cartoons they put, and using Gurudwara. Gurudwara is not just for you. Gurudwara is for me also. Using Gurudwara for all those things. And of course, when the reactions came, it's in front of us that the Sikhs protested. Forget about Hindus. Hindus need not to protest. The Sikhs will stand for what is right, what is righteous. That is their dharma, and we know it. We have been living with them, and they are not different from us. Actually, they are our blood relations. So, they speak of all those things, but why our external affairs minister, Dr. Jaishankar, went and spoke in Australia? Why did they ban the very channel in Canada? He spoke truth. He just spoke truth. And Jaishankar is not a person who lies. Jaishankar is not a person who boisterous, who is not boisterous. He doesn't speak loud that way. Dr. Jaishankar speaks to the point and matter of fact and sensible. Whatever he spoke, the Australians do not know what's happening in Canada and what's happening between Canada and Bharat. He just goes to the data, the details, the truth, just the truth, without even exaggerating. That's the point. He is not bothered to exaggerate. He doesn't have to exaggerate. He speaks the truth. And then the Canadian administration do not want to face it. Do not want to face it because truth are painful for them because they have multiple standards. Double standards, nice. Multiple standards. Different standards for different situations. Many people in the world have that attitude of having different standards for different situations. We know that. So what Canada has done, they just blocked that particular Australian channel from for screening or showing in their country. They have blocked. Look at that. Look at that. Who is demonstrating double standard? Double standard, petty thinking, and lies. Probably because these people wanted to, the particular person, I don't want to take names of people, it's not fair. Maybe that he wants to come back to power, but he's not going to come back to power. The very Sikhs and Hindus in Canada would not vote for him. They themselves won't vote. He's just doing all these things thinking that if he please that some Khalistanis, all the Sikhs will vote for him. Not all the Sikhs. Khalistani supporters might vote for him. That also they will change their attitude in time because if one is a Sikh, he follows the Guru's wisdom. He follows any of the Guru's wisdom. And that is not these kind of things. Here, of course, the leaders are like the Hamazian leaders, those who have no dedication to their religion. They just want to make a living out of it. Precisely that's what's happening with the terrorist heads. They make a living out of it. Right. This is what is happening. And the administration, Canadian administration, their democracy, they are sensible people. They have demonstrated their consistency throughout the history. We have had good relations with them, and we should continue to have good relations with them. But there are some people like this who will come in between, create these things, and the people can vote him out. That's what you're going to do, I'm sure. The people of Canada, they're Democrats, they're liberal, they stand for free speech. We also do that. But certainly there's one thing, free speech and liberal thoughts should not be at the cost of the nation. We don't want to compromise on our nationalism. Somebody else does not, I don't know, but we would not. We would definitely not compromise on our nationalism. That's what we are speaking. That's what the ex-External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar spoke in Australia. Truth. When it strikes your face, you run away. That is hypocrisy. That is anti-democratic. That goes against all the talks you make, like Card Castle. It's unfortunate that people behave like that. They're supposed to be responsible. This shows immaturity, lack of seasoning, in spite of whatever background he has. It's absolutely immature, absolute double standard, should not have been the case. I'll meet you again with some other thing. Children, namaste. Jai Bharat and Jai Shri Ram.